seconds before I'm just like, okay, time to take a break, a little bit of achiness there. And I just relax, let it go, let it all hang out again. And then I go again. And I do this a couple of times while I'm brushing my teeth. I haven't even remembered to do it perfectly every single time. I like remember maybe every other day to actually do it. And here's the deal. This was only a month ago that I measured the 4.5 wide finger diastasis recti that I had. That's how wide it was, which explained the nice round belly that I had going on. It's already tightened up and closed down to 3.5 fingers. So it's already gone down, using my finger as a metric by that's like 3/4 of an inch. I have big fingers. I'm a tall woman. So it's closing by just being consistent and fitting in fitness where it fits in my day naturally. And then I got so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, this is working really well. And it's worked really well every time. Just a couple simple movements. I don't do like a big routine. Then now I'm excited to eat. I started doing it when I'm just standing at the sink doing like a quick little burst of dishes. I'm like, oh, the sink is all full midday. I'll do a quick little round of dishes. So we don't have a ton of dishes for my 15-year-old to do because he does the dinner dishes. It's his year to do that particular chore. So I'll do some dishes in the middle of the day, throw on like a little podcast or a quick little YouTube video or something. And I'm just, listening. My hands are moving, but I'm just standing there, zip up the abs, and then I hold it and I'm just getting a little more fitness. Today, I'm going to be sharing a post at 1 o'clock with even more tips. I'm going to give you 2 more before I go. But be sure if you're not already in Big Family Moms, you want to get more tips on how to fit in fitness, especially as a busy Big Family mom. And you don't have necessarily 45-minute, 30-minute bursts in the day, or even like that level of energy if that's where you're at. You need to be real about where you're starting and where you're going and making it fit in a way that works for you. So another thing that I do is while we're just praying, we're just saying grace, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we're a praying family. We pause for a moment. Ready, close your eyes, hold your hands, because I got little kids who need to block out the distractions. My eyes stay open so I can give little quiet corrections to those who are still in training. But while we're saying grace, I take a moment and I just actually stretch while we pray. It's so grounding and so good. Once I gave myself permission that I could stretch while praying and that God was okay with that I didn't have to be in this, just that it's okay to double up, that God sees my heart, that I'm stretching and breathing and just letting off some of the tension of the day that we can just hold in our body, especially as moms. I tend to hold it in my back. So what I do is I just sort of bend over, pull in my abs, bend my hands down, and I just stretch my shoulders. I'm doing it right now. It feels so good. Stretch my shoulders a little bit while we're praying. And sometimes I just do a quiet little stretch movement with my arms while we're praying. And take some deep cleansing, grounding breaths. And I'm just fitting in a little more fitness because stretching really, really helps on so many levels with my fitness and my personal goals. And last thing is another thing that helps, but you kind of have to get over yourself if this is hard for you to do and you feel a little self-conscious. When I'm at the park with the kids, I can just fit in some calf stretches, some little quad stretches, or even just keep circling the park while I'm just pushing the stroller to settle down the baby, watching, the little ones who still need eyeballs on them at the park. And I can just do circuits at the park, right? Do some figure eights. If you're really into it, I get some tips I'm going to share this afternoon of if you really want to level it up and you feel like that's where your starting point is at, you can fit in even more fitness in the natural flow of your day as your mom with what makes sense for you where you're at right now. Of course, bearing in mind your own, if you have health limitations, if you're restoring something or have a chronic health condition, of course, don't compare yourself to anyone else. Talked about this last week. Compare yourself against you yesterday. If you're only in competition, so to speak, against yourself, and you're just using that and talking to yourself gently and being realistic, this is so much easier. But when you just bash yourself or get all oh, people are going to be judging me, or really you're the one judging yourself, I'd go back to day one if you need to do that all over again. If you have the idea of doing anything in public, even if it's so discreet, you can do Kegels and ab zips in public, no one's going to notice. But if even just, doing some stretches is hard for you, I got over that. And I was like, I'm me, here I am. I got gray in my hair. I have, my belly looks 5 months pregnant, but I'm actually almost 6 months postpartum. And I'm just choosing to embrace that and just letting go of the invisible panel of judges and instead just being me and God and knowing I'm secure in his love. He's brought me to this place. Yes, my body doesn't look like a newlywed anymore. I'm working on my fitness because that's important to me. That's a goal to fit it in a way that works for me. And there's so many ways that you can do it, especially when you just fit in small intentional bursts and start to make them like little natural habits. They add up. This isn't just me anecdotally saying, hey, it worked for me. This is working. Research is actually showing this is just as effective as one long continuous bout of exercise. So I hope that's an encouragement to you. If you don't already know about it, I'm running this week because we finish up on Friday. This goes for 10 days. We're on day 7 today. There will be a prize for everyone who participates in the live challenge. So how do you do that? You just comment on today's video. Let me know, like, how is this working for you? Or how are you fitting in a little bit extra? Maybe you were already doing this intuitively, or you're like, hey, that's totally cool. I could do that. Let me know, how could you, or are you already fitting in little bits of extra, even if it's 30 seconds? It counts because it all adds up. And if we think in our mind, no, no, it doesn't count unless it's 30 minutes. No, that's actually not true. It adds up. That's the math. You can hold on to that one because it's data. It works. I also make sure that you catch today's post at 1 p.m. because there's going to be even more tips of how to fit in extra in a very natural, gracious, easy way at home or out in public that works for big family moms. So there's that. Again, my apologies if you caught this the first time and there's literally no audio on the video. Sorry about that. That happened last week, and I'm just going to make sure very carefully. I'm saying it right now to just center it in my mind. When I say things out loud, it helps stay in my head. To check the green bar is actually moving on the side of my screen. It tells me the audio is picking up. All right, I will see you in the group. I look forward to your comments. God bless you as you do this, as you fit in fitness in short little bursts. I look forward to reading your comments and hearing what's working for you, or a new thing that you got out of today's video or today's post that's helping you fit in fitness in a way that works really well for you where you're at. I'll talk to you later.